2023 is moving along at a brisk pace. Need evidence? We're here to talk about the March issue of Down East magazine. Brian Kevin is the editor-in-chief, and he's with us on 207. Does it seem as though this year is going by at warp speed, or is it just me?
Yeah, not maybe because the weather changes every couple, 3 days.
That's
It's
true.
like we've moved through multiple seasons in the span of 2 months. Yes.
Well, your cover story is about how Mainers do winter. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's begin with a story that you have in this issue on a really charming bowling alley in Ellsworth.
Yeah, it's called Demanda's, and it is a kind of storied candle pin bowling, not just any bowling, not big pin, not big ball 10 pin. It's run by a young woman named Autumn Mowry. She's 20, and I dare say she works harder than just about any other 20-year-old to keep this place running.
She's basically doing it herself. This has been something that she has kept going on her own.
And what she says is that she feels like this place is important to the community. She actually seems to love it and have a passion for it. She's a tinkerer, thank goodness, because I think she's keeping up all this old equipment. And she is also sort of putting her adventures and travails on TikTok for an audience of people who are eating it up.
Another interesting woman who is profiled in this issue is a seamstress from Yarmouth who makes interesting headgear.
Yeah, I think
Tell
we
us
say
about her.
She's a milliner? Is that what it is? She's a hat maker. She's a hatter. She's not a Mad Hatter as far as I know.
No.
But she's making these very cool, Sundew Sewing Company is the name of her outfit. These very cool, very stylish, sort of wide brim hats. And she's an interesting background, interesting approach to these. We love to explore these stories of people who are finding ways to put their, work with their hands and make creative stuff.
As we said, the cover story is how Mainers do winter. You turn the page, get to the article inside. Winter people. Let's talk about the Ice Maidens, whom you profile.
Our assistant editor, Adrian Perrin, and our photographer, Tara Rice, they went out on the cold days that we've had and found these people who eat the stuff up, including the women of an outfit called Cold Warm Hearts. They love to swim all year round on MDI. They break up the ice. You see them out there with their picks. They jump into, I want to say, like Echo Pond, Long Lake, also occasionally saltwater, I think, and they'll tell you why it's good for your health, good for your fellowship, good for your spirit. The photos are great.
They got spirit, there's no question about that. Another hardy bunch, the Wetsuit Wonders. What is their story?
Their story is that they are an outfit called More Women Plus Surf. It's a handful of surfers who take a lot of joy from their sport and their pursuit, and not least because they are trying to bring folks into the sport that might otherwise have some barriers to entry, including the fact that surfing can be kind of expensive and that it requires a certain amount of expertise and comfort. So they're offering lessons and like loaner gear to get more people out there, including from groups that you don't often see on the beach. And the winter doesn't keep them from doing it.
And let's end with a piece that you have on something in Maine that is really kind of rare. I mean, I don't think you can go to other states and say, oh yeah, they've got something like this, they've got something like this. It's the Salt Institute here in Maine celebrating its 50th anniversary.
And what's interesting about that is that when the Salt Institute started 50 years ago as a student project in Kennebunk that was sort of doing oral histories and storytelling and collecting know-how and traditional skills and stories from older Mainers, and I guess we say blue-collar Mainers, farmers and boat builders and things like that. There were other examples of that out in the country. There was sort of a moment when this kind of like traditional skills community journalism was really popular. Salt has outlasted most of them. Today, of course, it's part of Mecca. They're known in the last couple of decades for their radio storytelling and more recently their filmmaking. And so I got to talk a little bit with Isaac Kestenbaum about the threads that have connected those 50 years. Also run a really cool piece from 50 years ago that we've got some great images from.
I can remember as a young reporter in Maine, I used to read the magazine religiously, and I had taped up on my on a kitchen cupboard an extraordinary photograph of a blueberry picker, and it was from right out of the pages of Salt. They did some great photojournalism.
The online Salt Story Archive, where they've collected 50 years of these things, print, photo, video, audio, is like just such a tremendous resource. I sing its praises to anybody who cares to listen.
That's good stuff. It's all in the March issue of Down East. Brian, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Stick around. We're going to be back with more of 207 right after this.